Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. The beard is coming in, getting great, and influencing other people to grow one. As I hear, there's a lot of people out there that want to grow a beard, and it's all good because we should all have beards. Well, all us males should have beards. Anyway, we have a special guest today. It's not a new guest, it's our favorite guest. The favorite guest of the Raw Life Health Show. And it is our friend, John Kohler. There he is. Say hello, John.
What's up, Paul? I haven't, just for you, Paul, I haven't shaven in like 3 days.
Well,
but I'm gonna shave tomorrow.
Go for it, man. Grow a beard. John's here yet again, our favorite guest to talk about one of his favorite topics, traveling. He's the only guy I know who travels more than I do. So, John, tell our viewers that travel out there how to travel when you're on a raw food diet.
I sure will, Paul. Well, Paul, I could give an hour talk on traveling in the raw and give you all my techniques and ideas and everything. I mean, I've traveled all over the world. I've been to Iceland, stayed all raw in Iceland, Fiji, Italy, Cyprus, all over. It's just been really great. But, you can stay raw when you travel, and, it comes down to one main thing, and I don't know, if you don't remember anything else, remember this. And it's one secret of traveling and staying raw, and I'm going to give it to you in 1 second, but I want to go over this first really quick. So the thing is, as children, I would travel with my parents. We'd go down and visit my, grandparents, and it's about a 2-hour car ride. And, whenever we traveled with my parents, we traveled by car, and then we'd stay at usually a motel. We weren't rich enough to stay at hotels. We stayed at a motel, and then, always at that motel, out in the middle of nowhere, they always had a restaurant on property, like usually built into the hotel or motel or, McDonald's across the street. And, so our mindset is that when we travel, you stay at the motel and you eat at the restaurant at the hotel or the motel or, across the street at the McDonald's. You ask the, person that works at the motel, where's a good place to eat, and then you'll eat there. Well, we need to totally obliviate that mindset if we're raw. If we're raw, we need to eat where we would eat if we're at home. So like if I eat when I'm raw, when I travel, if I'm home, I go out to my front yard and eat. And if I'm traveling, I go out to Paul's yard and eat. So watch for another video on Paul's yard, and we're gonna do a massive conversion here in the next couple days. But so I like to eat, locally. So number one, you want to eat locally, and this entails planning ahead. So whether if you could go outside, if you're staying at a friend's house to eat, great. If you can't do that, if I was home and I didn't have my front yard garden, I would go maybe to like a farmer's market or to some local farms. We went to some local farms today to check out and maybe get some fresh produce at some local farms today. So, farmer's market, fresh local farms, wild foods are great if you know what you're doing. And, so I don't know a lot about wild foods and harvesting them, but definitely look into that and get into that groove. Because I remember being in Costa Rica one time actually, and I was doing a rainforest tour, bridges over the rainforest, really great. And I did the cable like zip lines, and that was really fun. But I was walking in the forest, and because I grew basically this herb at home, I was walking and I saw this same herb. It's called Gotu Kola, and that's an herb they sell in basically a capsules usually, and it's dried and it's good for your memory and your brain. And I saw this herb just growing in the rainforest, and I just stopped and was literally eating it. And like people were just walking by and like probably looking like, what's that weird guy doing? Just eating some stuff. So we need to eat how we normally eat at home. So if you don't have, wild foods, if you don't have farmers markets, if you don't have farms to go to, then the next best thing is health food stores. And so we're going to go to a health food store tomorrow. The next best thing after that is, even regular grocery stores sell raw food. Yes, grocery stores sell fresh produce, and that's what we should be really eating on a raw foods diet. Not, things in a package, we shouldn't be eating necessarily at raw food restaurants, although that's nice and fun too sometimes. But, we should duplicate what we're doing at home, in which we're hopefully eating a diet rich in mostly fresh fruits and fresh vegetables. Okay, so you can always eat at our grocery stores. I actually have my suitcase right here that I travel with, and let me show you some of the things. So, we want to eat at at grocery stores and health food stores, and many times when I travel, I'll actually plan ahead. So actually, I'll plan my trips around, okay, well, I go to Anaheim, every March usually, and I know in Anaheim, they have a farmer's market on Thursday. So I will arrive Thursday morning early and get my rental car at the airport, drive right to the farmer's market, stock up for the next couple days at the farmer's market, and then go on. So you can plan your trips around farmer's markets if you have that flexibility. Otherwise, you could research online health food stores in the area and just other grocery stores that would have some organic produce. And don't forget about Costco. Costco's in every state, and even in other countries. I've been to Costco's in the UK, and most Costco's, they have an organic salad mix, and it's usually pretty affordable. They also have some other things, usually organic, like organic carrots. They usually always have organic carrots, always organic spring mix. But to make traveling easier, let me show you what I bring with me. The first thing that you can't leave your home without is the Daylight Diet book. This is like an amazing book. Always take some good reading material with you. No, I'm serious. Take some good reading material with you to keep your brain in the right place, to be focused on raw foods, or some magazines. I oftentimes bring either a book or some magazines about raw foods, or definitely about health, and keep your brain active in reading about it and keep yourself excited. It's really important. The next thing that I take with me is a cutting board. So I have a real wooden cutting board here and a plastic cutting board. So the plastic cutting board I started using because it's nice and light. And this wooden one, it's a lot heavier, but I want to make a switch of moving away from plastic. I do still keep it just for emergencies, but for the most part now I use this wood cutting board. So it's real wood, veneer on the outside, and then in the middle has some plastic. And so that goes in my bag here. And I travel really light. So I take one carry-on, which is my this suitcase, which is carry-on size, and then I have one backpack too. So definitely a cutting board. What I didn't bring this trip, actually I have a folding colander, so that makes washing your fruits and vegetables underneath the shower, in hotels much easier, because most of the time the sinks in the hotels in the bathroom is like, you don't have a lot of space, and it's not too fun. Let's see, the next thing I like to bring with me is I usually bring some dried foods. Now I don't eat a whole lot of dried foods, but here's a few things, and actually, here they are, they're on the floor. They fell out. I like to bring seaweed, so nori seaweed. Now, we want to be eating the raw nori seaweed, and there's dried and roasted, and there's different colors of nori. So the best nori to get is the purple nori. You rarely find that one, otherwise get the black one. If you're finding the green one, that's been toasted, and you don't want to be eating that one. So I bring nori with me, and actually in this nori also, in this bag, I think, or I might have used it all, I have some dulse. So with this nori and the dulse, and then if I go to any supermarket in the United States, most supermarkets have 2 more ingredients that I need to make a full meal. Alfalfa sprouts or clover sprouts, or any other kind of sprouts actually, and ripe avocado. So actually we were at a store today and I got some ripe avocados. I could have got the sprouts too. And all you do is you take the nori, fold it out, you put the alfalfa sprouts in there, and then you put some avocado in there, and then you put some dulse. And I like to use the whole dulse leaf instead of the dulse flakes. Put whole dulse leaf, just tear it off in little pieces, then roll it and eat it. That's an excellent meal.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a break here. John has just so much to say, but this is just part 1. We're going to come back in our next show with part 2. So if you like this, stay tuned for the next part 2 with John. So everyone, this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show, saying stay tuned for John's next show. Have a great day and a great raw life. And if you're traveling, apply John's tips and you'll have a much better time. You'll be able to stay raw and have fun while you're doing it. So have a great day and a hairy life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, bright.